Good evening, everybody. Welcome on this Wednesday night to the Developer Dynasty here on our Wolverine Studios Twitch channel. Very excited to join everybody again this week and talk about some draft day sports, college basketball 2023. As always, a quick reminder, if you have questions or suggestions, we're using this time here on Wednesday nights now to kind of play through what we're working on and show you the development as the game as we get closer to first access, where you'll be able to have an opportunity to pre-order and get your hands on the beta. And if you have questions, suggestions, this is an opportunity one-on-one with myself, the developer, to talk about it and get those suggestions in a one-on-one setting here. Thank you, Jason W. Rocco, a new follower. We appreciate that. If you're joining the channel here tonight and you're not a follower, please give us a follow so that you know when we go live. It's every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., or at least most Wednesday nights. Excuse me. And, thank you to our subs to the channel. Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you can link a Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account, and you get one free sub every month. And if you use that on us, we'd certainly appreciate it. So let's get started tonight. I've pulled up my Developer Dynasty here, where I am controlling the Rochester Hills Golden Bears. We are a small school in the Skyline League, and we are in the middle of recruiting. So let's take a look at our first recruit that we've been looking into, Tim Madsen. We've offered him a scholarship, and if you haven't seen this updated screen, it'll be nice to see the school interest section here, where you can see who's taken their school visit, who's got an offer, so you kind of know who your competition is. We've put in an offer here for Madsen. We've fallen down the list to his fifth interest, and he's got interest or offers from his top two. So I don't think we'll end up with him, but it would be nice if we could land him, especially since he was a top 25 player at the Chicago Prep Review. One new thing this year is that we've added the results from the campus visits and your home visits to the notes section here, so you don't have to keep going back to your email and checking those out. So let's get on with it here. Let's check out what we've got. This is the quiet period. If you forget what you can do, you can always click on the dates during the quiet period. There's call recruit, contact recruit, watch game film, and I can host a recruit as well. We've got a couple of guys who are starting to warm up to us a little bit. Peter Ederson, we've already hosted him. We've hosted Anthony Reed. We've hosted Mike Harper already. So let's see who else we haven't hosted. You can see in the actions column here, if you see that school icon, it means that you have hosted that player already. Murray Stewart. Let's see, is there any chance we can get on the board with him? Probably not. See if, at least taking our texts this time. Not concerned with confidence prestige. Obviously, playing home is not a big concern because he's looked at a lot of schools that are out of state. And so we got some good info there on him. We learned about everything other than his academics desire. He doesn't seem to have a real strong interest in anything at this point. And when we had him on for a visit, he said he had just an okay. In a previous conversation with one of our assistants, he said that discipline is his top concern. So that if you find out that, from your assistants, when they make their calls, you put the players on your call list, and, the assistants make the calls. If you find something out like that, you can use it to your advantage when you go to make your home visit. We need a wing player. We know Reginald Williams here is a B- overall from our scouting. A, outside shooting. Let's bring him in. He only has cool interest. let's see if we can find out some information about him. Conference prestige is one of the things he's considering. Playing close to home is important. That's a big factor. So being a state of Michigan high school student in the game, we might have a chance at that for him. So let's see. The location seems to be his biggest one. It'd be great if we could kind of move up the list here, as he'd be an interesting player for us to grab. We got 2 more visits we can use this week, so we definitely want to do that. Let's bring in Colin Waters and Mickey Seymour. Oh, athleticism. That's not going to be good for my system, where I like to have a lot of pressing. So let's maybe hold off on him for a minute. Well, Richard Daniels, can we learn anything about him? And if you're new to this as well, the NXT Hoops rankings, if you recall from prior versions of the game, we had the premium or gold reports. Those are gone, as we mentioned a couple times here. And the money is being spent in the facilities areas, which is the big thing. So if you missed one of our prior ones, go back to our YouTube channel and catch our earlier episodes where we talk about all those facility changes and stuff like that. You'll definitely want to be aware of those things, because that is a huge change in the game this year. So I think we are pretty much set for the week here. Let's go ahead and advance. And while we're doing this, just an update on where I am development-wise. We've really got most everything in the actual back end. That's for the new additions. All the new recruiting stuff, the new transfer stuff, the new facilities portion of the game. So next on my work is the 2D, which, if you're familiar with what I did in Pro Basketball 23, that's going to be coming to this game. So it's going to be a huge upgrade on the 2D side. So you're really going to see a whole lot of new stuff this year in College Basketball 2023. Reginald Williams enjoyed his visit. Colin Waters kind of meh on his, and same thing with Richard Daniels. So not a whole lot of action there. Let's check out the recruit class screen here for us. Williams, we moved up to warm. So we're getting up there with him. He's a very good outside shooter. That would be nice to have. And if he says that location is important and he's from Michigan, he's got one school in Michigan ahead of us with Western. Eastern's on his list. So we might have a chance there. See what's going on with Tim Madsen this week. Oh, we've fallen down to 6th. This is not looking good here for us. I was really hoping we'd get him, but every week that goes by seems worse for us there. Edgerson, inching up on him. He'd be a nice guy. Reed, we are one of his top options, but again, of poor athleticism. Mike Harper, we're getting closer there as well. I don't see any notes about him. He says we're in his top 10. He was in the top 25 at the Chicago Prep Review. So he's a guy definitely keeping an eye on. We've got more campus visits we can do this week. I still think we need to find a guard. Let's look in the region and see if there's anybody who's of interest to us that we really haven't checked on much. Nathan Toxie from Indiana. He's got a couple offers already. Obviously, much more expensive to bring a recruit in from out of state, and especially if they're farther than typically 500 miles would be, from where your state is. So let's bring in Toxie. And he's declined a visit. So I guess if he's declining a visit, probably not much, not worth spending much more time on him. Breeze in the chat. Good to see you, Breeze. He says, I am taking over C. Jackson's place. That's true on the Developer Dynasty side. I have, speaking of our community manager, C. Jackson Cowart, he has started a YouTube channel called Scouts Almanac. You can check for that on YouTube. He is doing right now a Sonics expansion dynasty with Drafty Sports Pro Basketball 23. So he's got one episode up there from last week. You definitely want to check that out. You can find it on our YouTube channel, Wolverine Studios. We have links at the bottom that show by different game, pro basketball, college basketball, and it should show up there, as we do for a couple of other streamers like GM Games, stuff like that. So their content shows up on our page as well. So you can always just go to our YouTube channel and subscribe and check out kind of what's going on in the universe of people who are playing our games. See, we got more guys here. Giselle Roll. Let's see if we can get him. Nope, he doesn't want to come for a visit. Mickey Seymour. We'll bring him in for a visit. Anybody else who might be interesting? Steve Huss. We don't know anything about him. We'll watch a little film. We can throw him on our call list. Doesn't want to come for a visit. Not surprising, being a small school, that it's difficult to get some players to want to come for a visit who are especially out of state, at least at this point in the game. Maybe we can work on some of these other guys. For Sean Cullen, let's bring him in and do a little research. Let's see if we can find out some things about him. Conference prestige is not important. That's great. Playing time? No, he's got to go. Brian Hamilton. See, probably wouldn't hurt to throw him on our list and watch some film. James Harris. We had him in for a visit earlier. Might as well keep contact with him. This guy's already got a bunch of hot places, and none of them are us. So, I guess let's go back to all the positions and see if there's anybody else who's good that we might want to bring in anyways for a visit. I guess sometimes when you're playing a smaller school, you can't be too picky, and you gotta make sure you get some players. So let's bring in Ryan Brown, averaging a double-double with 3.7 blocks per game and 1.3 steals per game. I'm sure we could find some use for him. All right, let's advance our week here. And we should be getting to scheduling pretty soon, as we get through the month of August. Key dates, scheduling is September 18th. I'm interested to see if we've gotten into one of the preseason tournaments. We've added a bunch of new tournaments this year, so there's more preseason tournaments that you can get into. And, of course, there's the 4 postseason tournaments as well. So I'm hoping for someplace warm, so not the Alaskan Classic. Bermuda, Bahama, Caribbean, Cabo. Come on, let's go somewhere warm. Hawaii, I'll take anything. Just don't send us to Alaska. Let's check on our visits that we had. Nicky Seymour, he enjoyed the visit. Rashawn Cullen enjoyed the visit. And Ryan Brown had an awesome time on his visit. Check out Ryan Brown. Oh, he's the center, the double-double, 3.7 blocks. Immediately moved way up the list on warm. He is Uh, Ryan's basketball coach says he's a hardworking kid. So athleticism, though, not great for the press style of play. But again, I'm not going to totally rule players out here at this point. Kind of fun playing as a small school in that aspect. That you got to kind of. It's a little bit harder work recruiting guys, but it's it can pay off. Nikki Seymour, we got up here a little bit. Although he says, well, that was a month ago. A month ago, he said he had very little interest in coming to our school. Maybe he's coming around. Maybe he's not getting much attention from anyone else. We've still got our scholarship offer out on Tim Madsen. He still only got the two other offers from Illinois State and Western. Again, I really want this guy because he knows the diamond press, which is what we're going to be running. Got great athleticism. He'd be perfect for the press. I hope there's some way we can convince him to come out here. Let's see, recruit-wise, I don't think there's really a ton for us to do this week here. Mike Harper, he's the other guy I've got a lot of interest in. We can get the warm there. Let's try to make contact with some of these other guys. We might as well bring them in. We've got plenty of recruiting budget left to spend. We brought Cornell in. How about Brian Childress? We don't know much about him, so let's start checking him out. And man, Western is always a lot of these guys want to go to Western. We're interested in small schools. Location, he wants to play close to home. Well, that gives us a shot at least. We've got 35 out of 50 on our call list spots, so remember you can always have up to 50 there. Yeah, if you need to click on help, you can always check out the region map as well to see which region you're in when you're looking at regional things and your team needs and info. Obviously, we're losing a senior shooting guard and a senior center, as well as a walk-on power forward. So that's why my targets have been one wing and one big. Move ahead. Push towards the end of August here. By the way, if you guys have questions or things you want to know about the game or suggestions you have, things that you're hoping to see, feel free to throw them in the chat, and I will be happy to cover any of those things. For just an okay visit. Ryan Childress enjoyed his visit, and Ricky Phelan had an awesome time on this visit. Let's see. I wonder if there's anybody who is signed yet. Nope, nobody's committed yet. Once players start to commit, I'm sure some things will open up for us because there's nobody who's got a ton of interest in our school that is like dying to go to Rochester Hills. So for us to grab anybody right out of the gate will probably be pretty rare. This is Ricky Phelan. He had the awesome time on his visit. He has no offers yet. C- athleticism, A+ outside shooting. I like that. A- passing. And we have 4 point guards already on the roster, though. So I think we will, we'll kind of keep watch on him. And, if we need another one, maybe we can move some of our point guards over to play shooting guard if we have to. Trey Zinn, another poor athleticism player. It's hard to have a system, I guess, sometimes too, at a small school because you want to have certain players, but you're kind of over our pool to choose from is small. But I still like trying to have a system and having specific players that I'm going after if I can. Uh, so we haven't learned a ton about Cullen yet, but we've got a shot at him. He said and he's got good scoring, great ball handling, great athleticism. 6'3", 199. We could probably move him over to play some shooting guard if we had to. See if there's anything else we can find out about him. He's not giving us a lot of information there, unfortunately. So we still want to keep asking questions and keep calling till we find out what that number one thing is, so that when we go to make the home visits, we know what we really want to pitch. Is there anybody up here we haven't had? Let's see, we have not hosted Kennedy Logan. Every week we call him and he tells him he has very little interest in our school. I guess we'll bring him in for right now, just in case, but I don't think that's going to help much of anything. Hamilton, we might as well bring him in. Watch some more film there. Let's see, we already got film on Cullen. Watch some more film, see if we can confirm these ratings. Edgerson, let's see if we can find out some information here. We're not going to get a lot. Oh, facilities is very important to him. But it's probably not going to be good for us. We do not have a high facilities program. Richard Daniels, let's see if we can get any info on him. No, we've got to go, and we're almost out of text time anyways. Kelly Shelton. Interesting, he has Fresno State as the top choice. Let's see, will he come in? Yeah, he'll come for a visit. No, he doesn't want to have any text though, so probably not going to have anything happen with that visit. But it doesn't hurt to try. Especially, at the big schools, when you've got that list of 50 guys, you want to keep that list moving as you find out, because you got a huge pool of players you can choose from. The challenge of playing at a smaller school is that you don't have that huge pool. So you kind of fill up your list and do the best you can with it. So that's the alert this week. I'll just remember, if you always want to, you forget what's going on or something, you can always click that alert button and it'll kind of tell you what you're supposed to be doing on that particular day. Let's sim ahead and get into September. Remember, in September we've got scheduling, and then in October practice begins, and November the season begins. So getting close to the start of the season. Do a quick save here as we are on the September 4th date. Also important to remember that September 11th begins the contact period where we can visit recruits at home for the first time, and that's really your best opportunity to get players to commit, because you get to go in home, you make your pitch, and hopefully you can land somebody at that point. Logan, just an okay visit. Hamilton enjoyed his visit, and Shelton enjoyed his visit. Let's see, Madsen, have we moved at all? Nope, we're still look like we're about 6th on his list. Wow, Shelton is a very highly ranked player by the WSSN. Well, if we could get him, that'd be something huge. Can we get any information about him? He wants facilities. He wants to play close to home. Play close to home is good for us. Facilities, not so much. And as you can see, I'm using the recruit class screen a lot. You can do all this and sort it from the recruiting page itself, but I like to kind of use this screen and see, uh, who I've gone after and who, I know all the interest here at this point. And Mickey Seymour, his parents say that we're not the right school for him. That's disappointing. Nobody else is new on our hot list. Childress is warm. And of course, you can sort things here as well. Ryan Brown. Let's watch some more film. Maybe we got, this coach has got the athleticism wrong on this guy. Um, that's always a possibility because the ratings you get are, they take into effect the ratings of your scouting coach, your assistant coaches. So the worse they are, the more room there is for error and a possibility of getting something wrong. So I don't think there's really at this point much reason to bring anybody else in for school visits because there's just not much happening yet till we can figure out. Tim Madsen. He's made a decision. He's decided to go to Illinois State. Well, that's disappointing because he was kind of my number one target, and we have lost out on him. So he is off of our list. That must mean that there's been a few guys who have, let's see, in conference Wright State's picked up a 3-star player, Billy Karcher, ranked 222nd overall by the WSSN. Indianapolis has picked up Ty Samuel. Take a look at the entire association. Michigan State has gotten 3 5-star commits already. So 16, 18, and 17. Wow, it's going to be a big recruiting class for them. A couple of other ones here. Tennessee. Auburn's already scored 4. Must be nice to be a powerful ranked teams here. Breeze asked NXT Hoops, what is that? That, as I explained earlier, is the replacement for the premium report service. So that is kind of like the, pick your favorite online recruiting service. Now that you can go visit, you check out their website and learn about them. And, you can see all the, the recruits and who they visited and who they predict will go where. That's what NXT Hoops is providing in the game. And, in prior versions, you had to pay for those premium reports. Now every team has access to all of them. So Madsen is gone. The verbal to Illinois State, so we might as well drop him off of our list. Reginald Williams. We were too slow on him, I guess. And that's disappointing because initially we had a shot there. So let's move him off the list. Is there anybody else? Dennis Smiley. All right, let's go back here. Now we've got both of our scholarships back available again. And I think it's time to see if there's anybody else who want to get an offer out here too. Bree says it's a WWE event. No, it's not the WWE NXT. Let's see. We are in the running here, but again, that is kind of small for what we need size-wise. Ederson, no offers. I wonder if we make an offer, if we'd have an opportunity to get him. He really likes facilities. His parents are big on facilities. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to throw an offer out on him yet. Rashawn Cullen, he was very interesting to us. And this is the week, as you can see, now we are in the contact week where we can go and visit him. So we're going to offer Cullen, and we're going to visit him, take a home visit. And here's where you can select the recruiting pitch. We know that location was big for him, so we're going to offer location. We're going to pitch him location, see if we can snag ourselves a very interesting prospect here. With Madsen gone, we do need a big. Let's see. Overall, Augustus at D minus athleticism. Not crazy about that. Stewart, I don't think we've got a lot of opportunity there. I'm looking for somebody that we are higher up on the list for. I keep coming back to Ederson. I'm tempted to make the offer here and just see what happens. If we can sneak up there. Ryan Brown, that was a guy who really liked our school. Interesting, his parents kind of concerned about conference prestige. And he's got some big schools ahead of us. So, Ryan's parents said the conference prestige is a factor, but not a major one. He wants to play close to home. It's still at F in athleticism. So I think we're going to take a shot at Ederson, see if we can land him. 6'7", 237. We'll offer him. We'll visit him. I can talk about our facilities. I don't know if it'll be good enough, but that seems to be a big interest level there. So we will do that. We've got 2 more visits we can use as well. So let's try to keep people interested. Let's visit Ryan Brown. And we'll pitch him location because we know that's big to him. And Trey Zinn was, let's see, didn't stand out at Chicago Prep Review. They're high athleticism players that we were in on. Dalton was that 4-star prospect. Let's take a chance and visit him. And we'll also pitch him location, see if we can get him interested in our program. So this could be a big week for us. Advance and see if we can land anybody. Let's see, Shelton. Let's see. Consider us. Ryan Brown, same thing. Ederson, he's not, wasn't impressed by the visit. And Cullen, so-so. Let's see, schedules have been created, so we are ready to check out our scheduling here. Ederson did not really go for us, so we probably are safe to revoke that scholarship for now, but we'll check it out with, let's get Shelton. I don't want to end up with 2 point guards. Ooh, decisions. Well, his parents said that we're not the school. We'll keep them on our list. Let's save and head into scheduling and see if we got invited to a preseason tournament. Hopefully someplace warm. All right, we are in the Coaches Classic, and we're going to play Durham. So I'm guessing that we're going to get blown out in the first round of that, but that's okay. We got to be in a preseason tournament, so that's pretty exciting. We've got the Syracuse Crush on our schedule, and here the games that are not grayed out are ones that you can replace. if you want to change up your opponents. So that is a 4-star prestige team. That'll be another game we probably get smoked on, but okay. So we've got a couple of good teams on our schedule early on, and a couple of not so good teams, which we need because I'd like to get some wins. I think, remember we have the quadrant system here in the game now, so beating teams that are poor doesn't help you very much. If you could beat a good team, that would be a big help trying to get into the tournament. But I think with my team, Mississippi State, that'll be a decent game. That is not a bad game. But we got some decent games here. I'm pretty happy with our schedule. I don't want to make the schedule worse, and I don't really want to make it tougher and end up like 2 and whatever going into the conference season. So we're good there. Let's go ahead and we'll go to the next week of recruiting and see if we have any further movement here. Ederson still, well, I guess for the time being, we'll revoke that scholarship because I don't think he's coming in. Shelton, we can go ahead and make an offer here. See if we can land him. We'll take another visit there and see if we can get him to come in on our list here. Nobody that I'm that excited about. We've got Cullen. We can take another visit there. And we can pitch location to him. Be warm on Cornell. Doesn't hurt to go visit him, and we'll pitch. He's interested in conference prestige. We'll have to talk up the Skyline Conference. And let's see, Ederson. It's still worth a visit just to see if we can get the interest back up. But I don't think it will be that helpful. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can land anybody finally. And we have got a commitment from Kelly Shelton. That is a huge, huge pickup for us. That is awesome. Ederson still says he's not interested. Let's see. Cullen now is sort of redundant because we don't really need him now that we've gotten Shelton. So I think for the time being, we're going to pull back. Although I do like his athleticism. He could be great in our press system. Good scorer. Let's look at our roster and see what else we've got for guards here. Carey is the guard that we're losing. Because he will graduate. Here's our other guards. Ricks. He's athletic, but he's not very good. Nee, also athletic. Not that great either. Montgomery, very athletic. Carey is the one we're losing. So, what happened to Stokes? So, we've got 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", 6'2". We don't need another small guard coming in. So I think that we're going to pull back on Cullen for now. And we're going to focus on seeing if we can get a big man to come in here. Let's see who is available. Mike Harper, 6'7". It's not bad. He's a hardworking kid, doesn't have any problems with injuries. In the top 25 at the Chicago Prep Review. I'm good if we can grab him. Let's bring him in. At this juncture, we've got to get players. Let's go and take a visit. Let's see if we can find out about parental info. At least visit him. We'll pitch the coach discipline. That seems to be what his parents are interested. I don't know how important that will be to him. Looking for bigs. Athletic bigs, preferably. Ronald Jenkins. I don't like the F in free throw. Bobby Johnson. Bring him in for a visit, and let's see if we can find out any information about him. Nope. That wasn't very helpful. But we can still visit him. Just pitch location. See if he wants to stay close to home. Anybody else we want to take a look at? Harper, we're already going to see. See Childress. See if we can find out anything about him. Well, that was quick. I guess we will not use a visit there. Scores. Anybody who's a big scorer that we could use? Will Dent. Got interested in a lot of bigger schools. Not much for us. Let's call him again. Kennedy Logan. A lot of interest in other schools. Not so much us. We don't need another small player coming in. How about Derek Alexander? We can offer him playing time. We're not offering the scholarship or anything like that. And also a note here that practice is beginning. So you want to make sure that you are setting your practice schedule. So your practice icon is up here. We've already set our practice plan to start making sure we work on our presses, working on our different zones that we're going to use, a little bit of time spending on offense here. Well, our practice plan is ready to go. Make sure that if you change your practice plan, you click the Save Changes button so that your changes stick. See if we can make anything happen this week. Derek Alexander, some interest. So it looks like we didn't strike out on any of our visits, so that was a good thing. And we've got that offer out there to Harper. We've moved up a little bit here. We're the only one who's got an offer out for him of his top choices. So maybe there's a chance there. Ben is on the hot list now with everybody else. He's got no offers. I'd rather have Harper if we can get him. And let's see, what week are we in right now? We are in a quiet week. So that means all we can do is host recruits, and I don't think there's anybody that I want to host at this point. Well, we haven't brought in Little Dent yet, so we can do that. Haven't brought in Derek DeClerc. We'll do that. So I lied. There are players I wanted to host. I don't know anything about any of these guys. Tim Howell. Well, from Otisville, Michigan. We'll bring him in. See if we can learn something about him. We've still got our offer out. Mike Harper. Murray Stewart has moved up on the NXT Hoops overall. Remember, their national ranks the top 150, and they'll rank the top 200 regionally as well. He said we're not in the running right now, which I'm not surprised by. Let's see. Let's check out our conference. We have the biggest get so far. One player in the NXT 150. I'm so excited about Kelly Shelton. That is an awesome pickup for us. So probably the best overall recruit coming to the Skyline League. Wisconsin Milwaukee's picked up 4 guys already. All very low-ranked players, though. Wright State, they got that Karsher guy really early. But pretty awesome. We scored a big recruit there. Let's move through another week. See if we can get anybody here. No, just campus visits. They enjoy the visit. Well done. Where are we at with Harper? Still the only team that's offering. He's definitely seems like he's holding out for some other opportunities. Then is still there. Greg Sinville from Vermont. Oh, he doesn't want to come in for a visit. Cornell. We've already got him in. Anthony Bell. Nope, doesn't want to come for a visit. Oh, we've already brought in James Harris. We've already brought in. So I don't think there's a lot that we can do here other than just wait. We're really waiting here on Mike Harper at this point. We should be waiting on him. What Tommy Henry? Not good athleticism. Checking the notes. Got a few other schools ahead of us. He's got a lot of other schools ahead of us. Probably not much of a shot there. I guess Mike Harper is probably our best prospect we could grab right now. All we can do here is just hope for the best with Mike Harper. We're coming up almost just a month away from the season beginning to that Coaches Classic tournament where we will undoubtedly get whooped by Durham. No news this week. Let's see if Arts remind us that practice and recruiting are going on. What's the story here, Mike? Oh, we moved up to third. I just got to keep at it, I guess. Anybody else? Probably not much else is changing. Our known interest list is getting shorter of players who remain available. Let's give it another week. Come on, Mike. Will we land Mike Harper this week? No, we did not. Still third on the list. May have to start considering moving off Harper at some point. lot of guys from our initial list have been picked up. Sean Collins still available. Again, it's not. Yeah, I think if we offered him, we could probably get him, but it's kind of a what do we need at this point? And I think I'd really prefer to see if we could get Harper. Stewart has not gotten any offers from any of these teams. I'd like to maybe change our offer and maybe move on him and see if we could get him. But I also don't want to lose Harper, even though he doesn't have any other offers. So I guess we'll give Harper one more week and then we'll decide what to do. Will he join Shelton? Let's see. Decisions. Redshirt reminder, last chance to redshirt players, and then the scouting report on Durham. Check that report. It says we have an advantage on the bench. Probably 10% chance of winning the game. I don't like our odds for that, but it's at least on a neutral site. All right, Mike Harper, what's going on here? Not much of anything. Oh, did we lose? Nope, Murray Stewart is still available. Still no offers there. Tommy Henry. Just got to hope Shelton passes and makes his grade so he gets in. That's our hope there. I still think maybe we should move to Zinn. He's a good shooter. Maybe we can work with his athleticism, pump him up a little bit. Bad free throw shooter though. Terrible free throw shooter. I don't know. Anybody out there got any ideas? Do we stick with Harper? Should we make an offer over to Stewart or Henry or Trey Zinn or probably not Derek Alexander? And we're not even in the interest list for Stewart or Henry, although he's got those are all pretty big schools he's interested in, except for Central Michigan. I guess we'll give Harper one more week. If he doesn't commit, then we're going to have to try to find somebody else. I think last chance to redshirt players as well. Jeremy Ricks is a freshman who is not very good and probably should be redshirted. Holmes and Strong are good freshmen. We definitely want them playing. So let's redshirt Jeremy Ricks. Make sure he's not a walk-on. Okay, he's not a walk-on. So we'll redshirt him. Stokes. He in line to play much? Yeah, he should get some run. Let's see. Leap, Clemens, Smith. Those guys. Not high on the initial depth chart, but he's a walk-on. Smith, sophomore, good potential. I kind of want him stick around. Clemens, Lee Clemens, also really good potential, but he's probably not going to get a ton of chance to play. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's already 4 guards in front of him. He has better scorers. Stokes, not a great scorer. Okay, athleticism. Let's redshirt Stokes. See if we can bring him along later. All right, so we have our red shirt set, and we are ready to move into the final week of the off season and get to the season. See if we can score our recruit here in the final week of the summer. And no, we just have scouting reports. So he did not make a decision yet. He's holding out. We're on the list with him. No, we're still at 3rd. So I guess we have some decisions to make as we head into the season, and that seems like a good place to stop it for the night. I want to thank everybody for coming out and checking us out as we play along here and kind of show you what you have to look forward to. If you're interested, First Access, our pre-order stage where you can pre-order, get a discount, and download playable betas, will not be too far off. So it won't be too long until you have your hands on the game here. As I said, a lot of work's going to be going in the next week on the 2D stuff. And now that we're at the season, we might even be able to hopefully show a little bit off next week. So thank you for coming out. Thank you for following us and for subscribing to our channel here. Don't forget you can check us out on all our social channels, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, of course our Twitch channel and our YouTube channel to catch replays of prior streams, as well as some other helpful information and videos we have there. So thanks for coming out this week, and we will talk to everybody next week. Have a great weekend coming up, and we'll see you next week.